Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a do's and don'ts for eyeshadows. As you guys can see, I love watching these kinds of videos. I feel like they're very helpful. I do want to clarify though that everybody has their own style of doing makeup, so if you want to wear your makeup the way you want to wear it, that's completely fine. We do what we want to our face, and you know what, we are slowly learning every single day. I'm still not perfect myself. I do a lot of mistakes here and there, and the best part about that is you can wash it off at night. But you know, I just want to give you guys some tips and tricks for your eyeshadows, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get started. Okay guys, the first step for sure before applying any eyeshadow is priming the eyes. As you can see on my right eye, I do have it primed because I did apply foundation and concealer, so that kind of acts as a base already. But as you see on my left eye, it's completely blank, and this is how I usually start off with my eyes if I'm not doing my foundation first. So I'm just gonna go ahead and demonstrate for you guys using my MAC Painterly paint pot. So priming the eyes is overall very important. If I were to leave my eye blank, the eyeshadow will most likely not last on the eye because there's no base for the eyeshadow to actually stick on. So applying an eyeshadow base is going to help the eyeshadows come out way more pigmented. It's most likely not going to crease as much, and the eyeshadows are just going to last longer. Now moving on to the eyeshadow. I always get asked how I get my eyes to blend out nicely, and you guys, it all has to do with the brush, not the shadow itself. On my left eye, I'm going to demonstrate applying eyeshadow with a dense brush, and I'm going to be taking a very dark brown eyeshadow, and I'm just going to be applying this all over the crease, which is all the way in the inner corner and outer corner of the eye. As you can see, since I did use a very dense brush, it's not blending out nicely because it is very dark. It automatically just looks very harsh. By the way, this is something that I would always do to my eyes, but I figured it didn't look so flattering on me, so I kind of stopped doing it. So now I'm going to demonstrate to you guys on my right eye. I like to take a fluffy brush, and I always like to start off with a light brown because I feel like this is just the best way to make your eyes look very seamless. When applying eyeshadow, I do like to go in circular motions. You can do windshield wiper if you'd like, but for me, what works best is this way. Now I'm going to be taking a very dark brown, and I'm going to be using that same dense brush and applying this just on the crease, bringing it inwards and outwards, and it just looks very sloppy. And again, we are using the wrong brush. So what I recommend is using a crease brush. I will have a few of my favorite brushes linked down below in case you guys are interested in checking those out. When I'm working with a darker shadow, I always like to dust off the extra product because it can get very messy. You'll get a lot of fallout, and it's just harder to work with. So I just like to start off very slow. I take the eyeshadow in the outer V of the eye and blend it up towards the crease, and notice I'm stopping about halfway of the eye, and I basically just keep on blending the eyeshadow, or not blending, well, that too. I keep on packing on the color till I get it as dark as I want. To further deepen up the crease, like I said, you have to be using a brush that's gonna fit nicely on there and it's gonna do the job. Here I'm using a bigger brush that's just kind of spreading the product everywhere. It's not really focusing on the crease. It doesn't look so bad right now, but it's definitely not going to deepen up the crease as much as you'd like. On the right side of my eye, I'm gonna be taking a darker brown, and I'm gonna be taking a crease brush as well, and again I'm going to be working this on the outer V of the eye, and I'm going to slowly work my way in and just blend everything out. Notice I like to blend most of the product inwards instead of outwards. I don't want the eyeshadow to be too dragged out. So now for black eyeshadow, I see some people doing this sometimes, and you know what, I gotta give props to those out there that actually are able to blend out with a pencil brush. For me, I think a pencil brush is way too small on my crease and it looks just too harsh. I don't know, but if you can work with it, go ahead girl. Applying black eyeshadow with a crease brush works best for me. I know girl, again, I'm telling you, these brushes are life, and it might seem like I'm very repetitive, but seriously, this is what I do, and I'm trying to be as detailed as possible. So again, I like to apply this on the outer V of the eye and slowly blend it inwards. Okay, so I'm a huge fan of highlight on the brow bone, and let me tell you, since I'm very fair, a lot of the colors might look a little bit too tan on me. So here I'm taking a color that looked completely normal, but now that I apply it on the brow bone, it just doesn't go. It just looks way too bronzy on me. So I'm going to be taking a lighter shade and popping this on the brow bone. This might actually be a don't for a lot of you, but I really do like a shimmery brow bone. It's up to you. Matte, shimmery, however you like it. Applying eyeshadow on the eyelid can seem very simple, but I have seen some people apply eyeshadow basically right above their eyelid, which is their crease. And this look might look great when you want to do a cut crease and you just want to make your eyelids look bigger. But doing something like this, especially with a shimmery eyeshadow, you're just going to emphasize the creases, and it doesn't really look that great. It kind of looks odd, you know what I mean? Another don't when applying eyeshadow on the eyelid is using a big fluffy brush. This is just going to spread the product everywhere. I know you can't really see much because I already had eyeshadow, but that's a big no-no, you guys. Try to use a brush that's actually flat and it's going to actually pack on product. So the best way for me to keep the eyeshadow on the eyelid is to just apply it on the eyelid. And if you have to have your eyes open just a little bit, then go ahead and do that because it will help you out to show you where your crease is starting. To highlight the inner corner, I'm going to be taking this shimmery color. As you can see, it just looks way too dark on me. It looks really pretty on the palette, but on my skin tone, it just doesn't go. So I recommend you first swatching these colors on the back of your hand or something just to make sure that it does match your skin tone, especially if you are fair. Sometimes I find a lot of colors that look really nice on the palette and they just look way too dark on me. So you guys know I love to smoke out my lower lash line with eyeliner. I always do this, and I've seen do's and don'ts videos where a lot of people feature this in their don'ts, but I honestly do this all the time. On my left eye, I am dragging it a little bit lower and it's just going to drag the eye down. On the wrong side of the eye, I'm going to take some black eyeshadow basically and just blend this all the way down, and it's going to make you look like a panda if you do this. But honestly, there is kind of a right way to do it without looking crazy. I do this all the time, you guys. So I like to apply this on the waterline and I slowly like to drag this down, not too low though. Notice I'm just keeping it right on the lash line. Smoking out the lower lash line ain't that simple. It's basically like doing the top eyes. You're starting off with a transition color first and you're going to slowly work your way up. So I'm taking this transition color and then I'm going to take a darker brown with a more flat definer brush and applying this on the lower lash line. Depending on how dark you want the lower lash line, you just go ahead and keep on building. I'm going to be taking a black eyeshadow and I'm just going to pack it on right there where I had the eyeliner. Looking at it side by side is very different, as you can see, so just try not dragging the product too low, but you can definitely do this. So another thing that I wanted to throw in there was eyeliner. Using a pencil eyeliner is not going to give you a very intense liner that most of us go for, and also that wing is going to be very difficult. So on the right side of the eye, I'm just going to be taking a liquid pen liner, and this is definitely going to come out way more pigmented. And if you guys do want to see an eyeliner tutorial, go ahead and let me know down in the comments. For mascara, there is really no right or wrong way to apply it, really. You just got to coat your lashes. There's one thing that I do like to do is kind of like start from the root and wiggle it upwards just to really get all the lashes coated. But when applying mascara on the lower lash line, you do have to be very careful. Here I'm just like applying it very sloppy. I'm getting mascara all over the lower lash line. You couldn't really see it though because I did already have a lot of black eyeshadow going on. So yeah, you guys, that was it for this do's and don'ts. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!